Well, by the time you see this, the new year probably is already here. When this airs, it's probably about a day or two out. Hi, thank you for watching. Zane here, Man with the Show. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video. Happy holidays to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful Merry Christmas. This taping was done well in advance prior to, so possibly some things might have changed. Probably by the time you hear this, see this, I've already binged through Demon Slayer, Beastars, and a couple of other animes, and we'll be discussing that when we come back from the break. I hope you spent your Christmas well. I was me and my wife, we were going to have a nice little quiet Christmas. Hopefully, because I'm talking ahead of time, we've had a very nice Christmas, and I hope also you've had that good Christmas as well. New Year's is coming up, 2021. I've discussed this before. I said 2021 is going to be a big year for anime and mangas, and it's already starting to surpass. Probably by the time this recording passes, will be well over the 300 million mark for the movie Demon Slayer in Japan right now. I'm hoping it'll open over here eventually, because I know from what I understand, the series ends and that's where it jumps into the movie. I haven't gotten to that part yet, so basically, like I said, I'm probably binging it now as of this recording. Also, there's a lot of other shows that are coming, stuff that's coming back. Bleach is coming back for its final take. Attack on Titan is currently running in its last season. Shaman King is coming back. One of the old ones. That one and Gundam Hathaway Flash, which is another old one on there. There's a Sailor Moon coming. Evangelion 3.0 after we've been waiting for so long. Another classic, Spriggan, is coming over to Netflix. Cells at Work getting to the second series, Code Black, which is going to be very interesting. We're going to take a look at that eventually down the line. But here's one manga next to Chainsaw Man, which is another supposedly great manga coming to your screens very soon. There's another line by Tatsuya Endo, and he is notable creating titles as Tissa and Gekka Binjin, which is like he's done a lot of the Jump special Jump Plus series, and he has a series that just came out, and it's called SPYxFAMILY, which basically it's an interesting series. It's a comedy of errors sort of. Basically, the whole premise is that it's a spy who's trying to get to his target, but in order to do that, he has to become a family. In other words, create a fake family in order to complete his mission. So he ends up adopting a daughter and hiring a woman to be his wife. But there are two unusual factions toward this. I didn't get too much of the jits on it from there, but I believe the little girl has sort of, she's able to read minds, something like that. And the wife is an assassin, a high-paid assassin. So this is sort of a comedy of errors situation. You have three people from three different situations molded together, and what trouble can they get in? Let's just read a little bit into this. This is off of Otaku USA magazine. Tatsuya Endo's spy comedy, SPYxFAMILY, has been doing so well that the sixth volume is receiving an additional print run in Japan of more than 1 million copies. Volume 6 has become available on December 28th, and at that point will be more than 8 million copies of the series, both print and digital, out in circulation. See, this is where DC and Marvel should be looking at, because basically this is not the only thing. This is not the only manga. I think, what is it? Demon Slayer has over 83 million copies in circulation. That is just incredible numbers. A great circulation like that. So far, Viz has published the first 3 volumes in print and releasing individual chapters digitally. Yeah, if you haven't signed up for it, Viz does have a site where you pay a monthly fee. It's a couple bucks. It's nothing. And you can read all the manga you want on there. There are some free ones, so if you want to try it out, there are free chapters. In fact, there's free chapters of this particular series available on there, so you'll be able to catch it. I caught a couple pages of it, and it's very interesting. Last year in January, SPYxFAMILY had 2 million copies in print. The numbers have steadily increased over the year, with the franchise at 3 million in May, 5.5 million in August, and at that point, Ito made a special illustration to celebrate. Guess this means we'll have more to celebrate, celebratory illustrations to look forward to. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be big. And you may say to yourself, well, hey, it's a manga, that. Well, from what I understand, SPYxFAMILY has been picked up to be an anime soon. Now, it was announced back in June, during the summer, and the company is Yonkou Productions. They're familiar with stuff like Eden Zero, My Hero Academia, One Piece. They've had dealings with a lot of these other big animes, and now this is going to be their next big endeavor. When will this be? It's hard to say at this moment. At the time the article has come out that they're being turned into anime, that was June. It is now end of the year. Probably, if they got into production over the fall and early winter, probably maybe winter next year, possibly, depending on how things are going. If not 2022. I mean, this will be interesting as far as who, what, where, when, and why this is happening. It'll be very interesting to see this come. I mean, you have to say to yourself, Attack on Titan is leaving, and a bunch of others. They're finishing their runs. Some of the other bigger runs will run a little bit longer. I mean, My Hero Academia is going through a season 5, but we're told that basically the manga is coming to an end. There's a couple of other mangas that are coming to an end. Bleach is getting their finale. One Piece is getting theirs as well. They're coming to an end on their manga, so that basically the anime is coming to an end as well. So you have to ask yourself, who is going to be the next big one? Who's going to be the next one to take the mantle? I mean, you got the likes of SPYxFAMILY, Chainsaw Man, Beastars. There's so many anime right now that are coming forward, and stuff that is coming back. Like I said, Shaman King is coming back. Spriggan is coming back. You have Sailor Moon, Mobile Suit Gundam, Hathaway Flash is another one that's going to be on there. I mean, already I'm hearing information that Cells at Work is coming to their series is coming to an end, and it's so much to take in. It's unbelievable. I mean, in the time period that we're going through, Hollywood is failing. I mean, it is just literally it's on the point where it's just ashes. I mean, it's all you gotta do is just bury what's left of it. Depending on the point of view that you have on it. At the time of this recording, Wonder Woman has not come out yet, and supposedly it's already touted to fail. I mean, you're getting some people, experts in the industry, they're saying putting it on there, it's not going to do well. It's not going to do well overseas. I don't know at this point. I mean, we'll have to see until the new year when we do our new first episode of the season to look back at 2020 and see, what made it in, what made it out. And then you have so many other things that are coming and failing. And The Mandalorian has come out, Hearing Gone. People are criticizing the ending. You also have The Expanse, which basically So far in the primary is touted to be one of the best seasons out. And how can I put this? What else is there? What else can there be to watch? I mean, I've spent most of my time on YouTube. Between the YouTube and a lot of anime that I've been doing lately. I just finished off. There's that Welcome to Demon School, I think it's called. I'm in Another World with My Smartphone, I think is the name of the other one was interesting. Demon World is coming back. That one's coming back for a second season. The smartphone one, I don't see that one coming back so far. I mean, that one's been, from what I understand, has been out for a couple of years. Trying to finish off High School DxD. Yeah, I know it's an ecchi, but I did start out with it a long time ago. And I gotta finish it. When I start something and it looks interesting, I got to finish it. I have to finish it. By now, I should have finished Beastars. I was doing the Great Pretender as well. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more anime that I can do right now. And it's interesting, what is going on, how it's being handled. And like I said, it's what movies are coming out. I mean, you see from the Disney investors, they're putting all their emphasis on TV shows. Mostly Star Wars shows and Marvel, and then they have everything in between. And I don't think a lot of that is gonna happen. When you get to the point where your politics, whether you think you're doing right to people, but you're burning your bridges on both ends. See, this is why I tell people, I says, if you're going to make something, make it on your own, put it out on your own. Screw Hollywood, fuck Hollywood. You don't need those awards and stuff like that. If someone has to dictate you to who you have to hire, how to write your product, what can be put in, what can be put at, that shouldn't be put in. People are going to criticize your product no matter what. And that you have to understand. It's like, when people criticize this show and stuff like that, and what I say, I brush it off. I don't get mad at that. I don't scream back at them like some other YouTubers do. I don't take action on that because basically it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. I do my show and that's it, plain and simple. I do it because I enjoy to do it. I want to bring joy to people out there. I want to, I have fun with this. I've spoken to so many people on, Twitter, on Parler, Minds, Facebook. I mean, so many social media sites I've talked to people, and they've enjoyed the product I've put out. There are those who criticize me, and that's okay. It's okay. Criticism is good. Some of it's good. Some of it's insane. People are out there. They're gonna criticize it no matter what. And taking from the anime point of view, you got stuff, and we're gonna discuss this going into 2021. Like Goblin Slayer. I mean, that's a perfect example that of how a dark fantasy can be criticized for what it is and not realizing it that everything is not a 30-minute Brady Bunch episode. When you have a situation where women are violated it's not the way people are talking on Twitter and stuff like that. It's one episode. In the manga, I think there's more of it in the manga, but as far as the season of Goblin Slayer, it's not to the way people are saying. But you have to put to the honest fact, and some people have done videos on this. Goblins are monsters. You think they're going to treat you right? And there have been plenty of films in history that have shown similar elements and have gone above to the situation. There's a perfect example. There is a violating episode of a woman in Ninja Scroll, one of the great animes of all time. I mean, this was out in the 90s, and there's that violation scene where the girl gets violated. Compare it to Goblin Slayer, It's tame. Very tame compared to Goblin Slayer. And there's so many more. I mean, there's even regular movies. There's a movie called Galaxy of Terror, which woman, and that's not an anime, that's a live action. The woman's violated by a giant insect. Yes, that's right. It was like a worm or centipede or something of that nature. If you haven't seen Galaxy of Terror, and it has a cast. It has a cast in there that, you can't believe some of the people on there that are playing on it, including Robert Englund. Robert Englund is in this movie as well. And when you see it, and you're like, oh shit. I mean, it's like, holy crap. Did they really do that scene? But there's been a lot of other movies the same way. People have put the perspective in their mind that bad things can't happen. And if they do, it's not as horrific. But the storytellers are going to tell you horrifying stories. That's why we have horror films. Horror films are there for a reason. It's, when someone puts something into a film and you say, oh, they're manipulating it, they're sexualizing it. Rape is sexualizing, but it is horrifying. It's horrifying in itself. And I don't know the guy who wrote Goblin Slayer. He could be a pervert, for all we know, but not saying he is. But there's a whole, I forget the guy, has a whole video and explains it very detailed. There are other books and novels and fantasy novels that have scenes of this nature put in there, and nobody talks about those. I'm rambling on. It's the holidays, we're trying to get out here. So comment below, tell me how you feel about this. SPYxFAMILY. Outselling comic books. It really is. I mean, if you look into the perspective, it's outselling comic books. And how it's going to be, running into the future, we'll see with the anime. And like I said, 2021 is around the corner. From the point of view of this video, we may be already there by the time you see this. Thank you again for watching. Have yourself a happy new year. Hopefully we will do better. I mean, like I said, things are not looking all as they say, sunshine and roses and blossoms and stuff like that. But we hope everything will improve. We hope. We cross fingers on that. From the entertainment point of view, it's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough year. It's going to be a rough year seeing new stuff on there. Mostly it's going to be online. We won't be able to get to the movie theaters. Will the movie theaters open up? Ask yourself that question. Do you think? Mention it in the comments below. By the time you see this, probably our Saturday morning, one of the bright things on this, Saturday morning cartoons are coming back on MeTV, which is a great thing. If you haven't seen that video yet, catch it. It was part of the Christmas videos from the Christmas week. We had put it up then, or as I say, I'm going to put it up then from the point of view of this recording. But basically, catch it. It is a little detail on the schedule that's happening. And I've gotten so many comments, and I'm going to try to get back on 2021 and read these comments to you. So many people talked about it, and I love that people were able to talk and discuss about this. And their wish lists. They put up their wish lists, so we'll go through that as well. So, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. We should be getting close to 300. I think we might be at by the time of this recording, we're probably 260, 270, maybe cross fingers. I hope. I know at the time of the recording, we were well getting to 260 at that point. We were a couple shy short of 260. So I know we're not going to get to 300. The surprise I had for you, if you haven't catched it yet, is that Mandalorian holiday special. If you haven't caught that yet, eat the egg, not eat the egg. It's a little bit of a special. Catch it. It was on Christmas. We ran it on Christmas Eve. It's a thank you to you, the viewers. Thank you very much for being with us. And we do appreciate. And don't forget to share all of our videos. Because it has been a tough year here on YouTube. We're trying to do our best to put out the programming. And it seems like every day a new rule, is thrown at us, a new algorithm, and it makes it harder and harder for us to bring content to you. But we're doing our best. And that's why we're on multiple platforms. You'll find it below in the descriptions. If you don't find us, if there's a week that goes by and there's not a video, you haven't received a notification, let me know in the comments also. Say, hey, Zane, I haven't gotten a notification in a bit. Because, we have to tell this to YouTube as well. Even though they don't listen to me, I've sent notifications to them and they haven't gotten back. I guess I'm not as important as some of the bigger YouTubers out, like Dr. Disrespect and some of the others, but I do respect them. I do respect them, and I will tell you, I do praise those shows. Friday Night Tights. Every Friday episode, we always put the link below. We're trying to schedule around them. So basically, you'll be able to catch that as well. So we will see you in the new year. We will be returning sometime around the 6th of January. That's, I believe, the first Wednesday in January. So check us out then. Thank you again. Thank you for being here this year with us at Cuticast Television. With what crew I have left. Mr. J at the bottom over there as well. Yes, thank you, Mr. J. He's the executive producer. I always put him, he's in charge on there, and he tells me if he likes the video or not. He's always been here with us. That's why you always see his face on there, but you'll be seeing more of me. And like I said, we're working toward to get live streams. We're still having some issues on the live streams. It's just like the other YouTubers. Other YouTubers are having problems with live streams right now. We're not certain if it's YouTube, if it's our services, the software we have. We're trying to get our best. I'd rather have everything running at peak efficiency before we start doing live streams. So once in a while, if you do see a test, check us out. Most of we doing our test is on DLive and Twitch right now. Those are the places we're doing it right now. It's the best place to try it on there, and then we'll start to flip into YouTube as the weeks go by. So we'll see you in the new year, back in Jan 6. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now. Happy New Year.